Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are doing the Potara team run versus the Legendary Goku event. This should be one of the easier ones. I'm expecting this video to be a lot quicker than some of the previous entries in the series. I did try out a test run of this at work earlier, and I got a fairly reasonable time. And due to the fact I was at work, I wasn't exactly paying like full attention, and I barely used any items. So hopefully I can do as well this time around, and not, knowing my luck, I'm sure I'll get shafted by super attacks in the wrong place or things like that. But it was a very good run last time, so I'm hoping to do the same again. So obviously we have double LR Vegetos as the two leads. Then we have physical Super Vegito for the counters, mainly for when we get to Mastered Ultra Instinct, just for that extra little bit of type advantage. And then of course we have the awesome defense stackers in Goku Black and Vegito Blue. I think most of the units, in fact, in this run we have used already in other videos. The only sort of odd ones out are Kefla and the Int Zamasu, basically just to fill gaps, because the Potara team doesn't have a lot of options that are good for this event outside of the first few units that we've already mentioned, that we've kind of already covered before. So Kefla I brought because she will have type advantage in the final phase, and then all the way up until the final phase she does have the ability to dodge. Plus mine is Rainbow. She's not the hardest hitting unit in the game by any stretch, but she should still hold up okay. And then Zamasu, he's a decent enough defensive unit that he should be able to hold his own. He's probably still going to take a fair bit of damage when we get to MUI, but it shouldn't be crazy amounts. Plus of course he does have that built-in healing effect from his super attacks, so even if he does take a little bit of damage here and there, he's going to be able to heal us quite nicely with his supers. I'm pretty sure I built mine to have a reasonable amount of additionals as well, so we could even get 2 of those heals off in one turn. Plus on the odd couple of, because he's going to be one of our third slot floating units, every now and then he'll come onto rotation with the Goku Black, and they obviously link very well together. So we're going to keep an LR Vegito on both rotations, since he obviously is the best unit on the team. Ideally we want one on each rotation so we can stagger the transformations. We don't want to get both of them transform on the same turn, because that is essentially 2 free heals that we're going to get. So we're going to have Int Goku Black on rotation with one of them, and LR Vegito Blue with the other. As I said, both of them infinitely stack their defense, so by the time we get to the end they're going to tank incredibly well. And of course LR Vegito will tank all normal attacks as if they were nothing. We can still be in danger when we get to MUI from things like super attacks, because LR Vegito, even in his fused state, he will take a pretty significant amount of damage from a super attack, so we do have to be wary of that. I guess I have to get those. I wanted to be able to super with Zamasu, but more important to super with Vegito Blue, because we want to get his attack and defense stacked up as quickly as we can. Obviously we're against an AGL unit, but since we're quite early on into the fight, I think from this super attack, well, he'll probably take him out, to be fair, but from this super attack he probably would have been able to tank well against this Goku anyway. So he takes him out and we can move on. We have our rotations set now. Obviously until we get a couple of supers off with Goku Black, I want to not put him in front of the attacks straight away. So we'll go ahead and do this, give those to you, and then those to you. So obviously, like a lot of the team runs for this, these first few phases aren't really going to pose any sort of problem. Ideally we want to get a we kind of do want to catch a super attack in a bad spot at least once in the next like few turns, just so we can get one of our Vegetos to transform. Obviously that free heal is going to come in super handy, but they once transformed they're going to be able to output a lot more damage. So this is a good example. Goku Black's defense, well, I was going to say not high enough to tank super well, but I guess he does have type advantage in this instance as well. So 69k, not really a huge amount out of our health pool. I was going to check how much health we had, but Vegeto wants to cut in with an additional super attack first, so let's get a little bit of extra damage there. Yeah, we got almost 560k overall HP, so yeah, we're going to be fine. I'll let Vegeto Blue go first, basically for the same reasons as letting Goku Black attack first last time. We just need him to get his stacks off, because if we go first with LR Vegeto, he will undoubtedly finish him off even with just the 12 key super. So need to get Vegeto Blue as many chances as possible to get off these 12 key supers, so we can stack that defense, not just for the end but for the next phase, which is of course AGL as well. So yeah, see, LR Vegeto always going to go a bit ham. Mine is Rainbow and so is the friend, and we're on high enough health to get Goku Black's transformation straight away, so that's going to come in very handy. His defense buff, he's one of the units in the game that gets the highest buff from super attacking to his defense. So let's go, let's see. I guess we'll have to do this because I want to get, we can't really not super with Vegeto, that would be crazy considering he is the best unit on the team. So let's go ahead and give that to you and that to you. Let's see what Zamasu is going to tank for here this turn. So Goku Black's defense is not going to be as high as it could be. So he probably will still take a little bit of damage from these attacks from Goku. Yes, he's still 19k. Not quite high enough to be taking double digits. But like I said, we're not really adverse to taking a little bit of damage at this point, so we can get our first transformation off. So a super on Vegeto, that will help out towards that quite a bit. We're down to about, what, 60% HP. So considering how tanky this rotation is, we should be perfectly fine here. Let's see. If I put you in the middle, yeah, we can't avoid an Ultra Super, so let's put you there. Give those to you. I would quite like to get a transformation before we get the Dokkan mode, because the Dokkan mode is going to be coming up soon. Vegeto Blue already able to tank these AGL type disadvantage hits for double digits though, so unless Goku super attacks us here, we're not really going to be taking any damage. Super Vegeto would take quite a bit of damage from a super at the end there, and he might even take a relative amount of damage from a normal attack as well, because his defense, not the best. He doesn't have as good damage reduction as against normal attacks as the AGL Super Vegeto does. Plus mine is only 79%, but I mean, there you go, 5,000. Can't really complain about that. So let's see. Kefla will definitely take the most damage. I do really want to finish off Super Saiyan 3 before we get to the Dokkan attack, so let's go ahead and do that, and then get those for you, and no super attack for Kefla, but that's okay. I feel like between Goku Black's not the hardest hitter, but between him and the LR Vegeto's 18 key, we should be done with Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, I think, and I feel like we are primed to have taken just enough damage. Well, we're not quite there, so actually, yeah, if Vegeto kills him here, he's not going to hit Kefla, so we're not quite going to be at 50% HP. Oh, well, we didn't quite take him out, and Kefla only got a normal attack, so it'll all depend on whether she gets normal additionals or supers. Oh, look at that. He's got the tiniest sliver of health, and then she dodged. So, look at this. We are this tiniest sliver of health away from having triggered the transformation. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and avoid same type orbs here as much as I want. Actually, yeah, let's give it to you just because we do want that stack. So we'll give that to you, and oh, we're cutting it so close. No Dokkan mode. Yes, yes. So we can take you out. I almost want him to super attack because I really wanted to dip below that 50% because the Dokkan mode is basically going to heal us back to full now, which is good. But I mean, I guess we can delay it. I mean, let's be fair. The longer we wait to get the transformation, the more we're going to save items, because by the time we get to MUI Goku, we are easily going to be in a position to get knocked below the HP requirements. So I don't know if this is enough key, probably not. Could put Goku Black first, but his defense is only 89,000 at the moment, so we'll go ahead and grab those. Yeah, it's not quite the 18 key super, but that's fine. So I'll give you them, and then I'll allow Vegito to get some same type orbs as well, because we're not going to take a lot of damage this turn, and then the Dokkan mode's going to heal us up. The only unit that might take any sort of damage is the Super Vegito at the end, so we should be okay here. I definitely clicked on those, god damn it. Well, at least we got type advantage. We didn't get the 18 key super, so it's not like we're going to one-shot him here, but we should do a significant amount of damage. He does have 15 crit, so hopefully we can get a crit as well. Get the maximum healing. Yeah, look at that. 2.9 mil. And he's going to super attack LR Vegito, so that's perfect, because this will do what? 20k? Oh, 42. Okay. It's almost a shame that it was a Dokkan attack, because we are now below 50% HP, but that definitely gives us some more leeway in terms of getting those free heals. So, because I'm pretty sure the healing from the Dokkan mode will register before the transformation condition for LR Vegito, so we will have to wait another day to see the Vegito fusion. Yeah, I figured it would. So, not quite back to full health, but our health's still very, very high. I don't think Vegito would one-shot here. So, let's go ahead and do this. Just for the sake of super attacks more than anything. Although I now can't get a 12 key super. Oh well, go ahead and grab those, and then we will give Kefla those. So yeah, LR Vegito is just not going to take any damage in this front slot, and we already know if he gets super attacked, we're only looking at about 40k. So we are going to be done with God Goku fairly quickly. Another big crit, wow, as well. So we are making good time for getting to the UI phases. So this should finish off God Goku. Okay, 9 damage. So yeah, his defense is already high enough that he's taken double digits without having to only get the 12 key super. But I definitely do still want to get it more than the 18, just for keep stacking that defense higher and higher. Because obviously, as we know from units like LR Gohan in some of the previous runs, if we can get his defense high enough, he can tank super attacks for very little damage. So let's go ahead and do this. So Rose up to over 100,000 now, so that's good. So we'll put him in the middle just to give him those couple of extra links with Zamasu. In fact, we'll give the Zamasu the in orbs because Zamasu's rainbow. So we get a little bit of extra health back by doing it this way. So both these units in the front 2 slots should take very little damage. Zamasu, I'm not sure how much he's going to take, but he is going to heal with his super as well. So he's going to get off his super and we'll basically be close to full health before he then takes his hits. So I think even if he gets supered, it's very unlikely that we just die. He does have very decent defense and damage reduction built in, so we should be perfectly fine. Okay, so Rose not quite at the point defensively that we would like him to be. But this could be good in terms of getting the Vegito fusion. So 245,000 from the super, but then we're going to get a heal. And then, yeah, 25k from Zamasu. That's perfectly fine. So now we're going to get a fusion. So this puts us to full health. And we have our first LR Vegito fused and ready to go. So bad news for Goku. So this is the kind of thing I definitely want to do this, because even though, as I said at the beginning, LR Vegito will take no damage from normal attacks, but he will still take fairly significant damage from a super. So I will need to consider using items depending on the rotation, but the fact that pretty much all of our units that we have out at the moment can take hits well, aside from super attacks, and we are on full health, there's pretty much no danger that we just up and die in one turn, all because I didn't use an item, at least against Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So, and we're still at a point where, even though his defense is pretty high, counters that are not crits are still doing reasonable damage. But we do want those crit counters though, Vegito. Don't let me down. But come on, we got to do at least one. No? Wow. 4 counters, no crits, with a 30% chance for each one to be a crit. But hey, we still did almost 2 million damage for free from those counter attacks, so I can't really complain. And Vegito taking 20k. I guess that's not terrible. He could get supered though, because he hasn't supered this turn. He at least gets a crit counter. 720. That's pretty decent. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of damage in that one turn, let's be fair. So we will quite happily take that. Goku Black's up to 119. We can't get a super for Vegito, but I'm going to put him in the front slot anyway. Just because at the moment he still tanks normal attacks a little bit better than Rose will. And then let's grab all of those physical orbs with Kefla so we can get a nice heal as well. So, of course, now Vegito gets a crit on a normal attack. But although I suppose this is the unfused. Maybe once he fuses, he's going to not want a crit for us anymore. But hey ho. At least we've got Rose here. Still, I mentioned it in the previous videos where we used him, I'm sure. But I love his super attack animation. And there's the level 5 dodge. And that super attack seems to have put us up to the point now where he's going to take that level of damage that we want to see from these normal attacks. So Kefla, just over 1 million attack stat. I mean, she's not the worst unit, but, you know, she is a general SSR pool unit, not a Dokkan Fest exclusive or anything. So it's obviously not the best. 50k is actually a little bit more than I expected, I'm not going to lie, with no item active. But I guess that's okay. And then let's do I want to do this? If he gets supered in the first slot, that would be really bad. But I do want him to build up his defense more. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll give you those. And we'll give you all of those. So if he doesn't get a crit, Vegito Blue won't take him out here. But at least getting another super attack is another stack for him. So I'd much rather do that. And he got a crit anyway. So we all good. So, and yeah, we are looking good. We've used no items and we're at like 80% health. So very, very good indeed. And yeah, now we're at UI Goku. So we're not going to be taking damage from anything outside of a super attack at this point. Rose's defense should be high enough now as well, following that last attack. Obviously, STR UI Goku is a little bit more powerful in terms of how much damage he does than Blue Goku, but Rose is of course going to get off another super attack before he gets hit. But also Vegito taking a little bit more now that he's unfused from these normal attacks, so we definitely want to see a fusion soon. And yeah, 269,000 from a normal attack is a little bit annoying. So I guess I didn't want to say anything out loud to jinx it, but considering how well this was going up to this point, I definitely considered the possibility that this could end up being a no items run. But yeah, see, even with that extra super on top, STR UI Goku is much more powerful than everyone else so far. So yeah, he understandably does a lot more damage. So okay, well, we can't avoid the 18 key super with you anyway, so we might as well put you in the middle. Let's go ahead and use I'm a bit worried about Kefla, Because even with an Android 8, just pushing her defense up is probably not going to do a huge amount. So I'll go ahead and use a Princess Snake. Because that means anything aside from a super on our first two guys, they are just going to take absolutely 0 damage. So let us... Can't get an 18 key super with Vegito, which is a little bit annoying. But we'll give you those. Then we'll grab some same type orbs for Vegito Blue. And then all these same type orbs for Kefla. So Kefla will probably still get hit reasonably hard from that hit at the back. And like I said, a super will probably still do a somewhat reasonable amount of damage. But we are in that position where we have the other Vegito transformation still to come. So depending on where he decides to super. Because the annoying thing is we don't want to drop down to super low health on the turn where we have the unfused Vegito. Because that's basically what happened here. Because then we have to get through this turn whilst on low health. And I was considering just using a Whis or something, or like an Icarus and not healing. But I'm not sure just how much damage that super attack would have done. So I think with the amount of damage that he's potentially going to do to Kefla with the normal attack. Because Princess Snake is not the best damage mitigation item. We could drop below 50%. Kefla getting off these additionals, gets dodged. Okay, then she dodges UI Goku, of course. So the one turn where I want her to get hit, and she comes in with the dodge. So let's see. How do I get... I guess if we use this... the problem is everyone on the rotation is super tanky. So unless one of these attacks is a super attack, we are not going to lose enough health to... be under 50% ready for the next turn, especially because Zamasu heals as well. In fact, I might have to not... Oh, I was going to say not get a super with Zamasu, but of course these rainbow orbs not making that a possibility, unfortunately. So I guess we're just going to have to go ahead and do it like this. I think maybe even with the Icarus active, as long as it's... Maybe if it's Zamasu that takes the super, we could still take an okay amount of damage, because we are teetering just above 50%. So someone could take a super attack here for enough damage to put us just below. I was thinking about it beforehand, and then I completely forgot. I should have brought a Ghost Usher. But, oh well, okay. That super attack actually did quite a bit more than I expected. So the heal from Zamasu means we'll definitely survive, because with the Whis active, he'll tank really well. Or Icarus even. Especially with the second super giving him an extra heal. So now we just need to... Okay, we still got the item active. So I think between these two, we should be perfectly fine, right? Like I can grab some same type orbs to boost us up a little bit. Because with the Icarus still active, there's no way we'll die this turn. And we're already below 50% HP. So yeah, as long as we survive this turn, which I don't see why we wouldn't with an Icarus active, especially because super attacks are really the only thing that can do any damage to us at this point. We should get our transformation next turn, which means another nice full heal. It's a shame we couldn't quite get the no items run with this team. Obviously not every team is going to be able to do it. And just like the Super Battle Road no item runs, it does come down to RNG sometimes of where you get hit with the super attacks and things like that. So still doing really well though. I'm definitely not complaining about this run so far. And we're getting close to the second Dokkan attack as well. If we can hopefully finish off STR UI Goku before we get that second Dokkan attack, that's going to be really good. So finally going to get our second fusion right near the end of the STR UI Goku fight. And yeah, between Vegito and Goku Black here, we should finish him off. Especially with a full 24 key super from LR Vegito here. So, and yes, we're getting very close to the Dokkan mode. But even if he does manage to survive this turn, I think we're far enough away that we won't be forced to get the Dokkan attack next turn. So it looks like we are going to have a very nicely timed Dokkan attack for the to start off our Mastered Ultra Instinct fight, which is a pretty great way to start off that fight, to be fair. So, and yeah, LR Vegito just going to go ham, crit with the super attack, and so we are all good. And Zamasu's only got to take one hit at the back, so he's going to be perfectly fine. Okay, can we get the Dokkan attack this turn? That's the question. I don't think we need to use an item, just because we have so much health. I can avoid the 18 key super with Vegito, but I kind of want to get it just because of the picking up the same type orbs. I mean, he has almost 200,000 defense, so that's probably good enough for making sure he can tank well enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, this gives us the Dokkan attack with Vegito. Because then even if we do take a super attack this turn, we're going to get most of that health back. Okay, well, here we go. So we're going to get all of this health back anyway. How much is this actually good? This will do like 300k though, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 278. So let's hopefully the emulator won't stitch me up and we can get a decent Dokkan mode here. Excellent. That is exactly what we wanted. What better way to start off the MUI fight than by getting a full perfect Dokkan mode with a 24 key super from Rainbow LR Vegito. I mean, can't really ask for better than that in this scenario. Hopefully he crits as well, because this will be very nice damage. Okay, so yeah, even no crit, we did 2 million damage, so that's perfectly fine. Then we can get some counters in. We've actually lowered his defense a little bit now, so non-crits are at least doing some damage. But, damn, LR Vegito up to 2.6 and then gets dodged. But yeah, he's taking double digits, and then Zamasu will get us a little bit of a heal, but then that will be counterbalanced by, okay, 46k. So, not terrible, and we are basically on full health now. So we know that Vegito, unfortunately, doesn't quite take double digits from normal attacks, but, I mean, it only makes sense to leave him in the first slot here, really, because those counters are just so valuable for what we're doing here. So we'll go ahead and give you that, and then do I want to use an item? I don't really need to heal, so I guess I won't, because we know a super attack's going to do almost 300,000. That leaves us with 100,000. Yeah, normal attacks he's not going to take 100,000 damage, so we are good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, 9,000 from a normal. He's not attacking us 10 times, is he? So even if one of these attacks is a super, why would you dodge the crit counter? Damn you. Yeah, see, we haven't lowered his defense enough for it to carry over to the next turn. So unfortunately, all these non-crit counters not doing a huge amount. But there you go. Once we get that crit to connect, 300,000, and he didn't dodge the super as well. That's very important. So crit. Okay, no, still reasonable. I mean, that's the same as he does with a crit counter, so that's pretty funny. Now we're up to 1 million damage, obviously from the attack boost from his super attack and that little bit lowered defense. Of course, we get super attacked, so we're looking at 280 this time. Okay, so we're getting super low, but we know we're not going to die. We know how much he does to us, so another crit counter dodged. Damn you, Goku. So Rose, unfortunately, only stacks his defense, not his attack, so he's never going to deal much more damage than this. Additional super's really good, though, because I do want to get to the point where we're putting Goku Black in front of some of the attacks, but obviously for this turn, with the prospect of all those counters, I just couldn't really resist, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out the way we wanted. This is obviously not the best scenario, because Kefla can't dodge, and she doesn't have the highest defense, even though we do have type advantage. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use an Android 8 for this turn. The type advantage definitely helps, but I think without using the item, she would probably take a little bit more damage than I would like. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll give you that, give you that, and grab the same type orbs for Kefla. So obviously with the Android 8 item active, Vegito and LR Vegito Blue should basically take no damage. Speaking of taking no damage, we get an additional though, and he doesn't dodge that one, so okay, good. So we redo for the super attack, and come on, we need these crit counters. 29 damage though. I'm kind of happy with that, but yeah, doing 468 damage on a counter is not the way. That's much more like it. I mean, we've got him almost down to half health, so we are making our way. He didn't dodge LR Vegito Blue, so it's a nice little bit of damage there, and then he only takes doubles. But how much is Kefla going to take here? So one additional super, and that lands good. How much is this going to do? Because I can't imagine she's going to do too much. 700,000, I guess. Why not? Okay, 18k. See, that's 18k. That's with type advantage and an Android 8 active. So if she gets super attacked, yep, this is probably going to do, what, 100k? 120 maybe? 120, there you go. What a guess. So I think what we'll do here, because we have the Android 8 still active, super attack would still be bad for us. So I'm going to go ahead and use a future Bulma, because we still got the defense active. This now just gives us a little bit more attack as well. I kind of want to do this because I want to pick up these rainbow orbs so that Vegito can actually get his 18 key super. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, fortunately, because, oh damn it, I was going to say, because of Rose's passive giving Zamasu 3 key, it's easier for him to super. But unfortunately, the orb layout, not kind to us in that particular situation. So unable to get the super with him. But at least with the Android 8 active still in effect, we aren't going to take a lot of damage from any of these attacks really. Only a super attack is going to hurt us, and hopefully the future Bulma effect, yeah, 4 million damage on Vegito's super, and he didn't get dodged, so that's big. Hopefully we can get a crit here. Yeah, 2.3 million, that's very good, because Master GUI's defense is so high, you will not see units hitting for like over 2 million very often. So of course he's going to counter back to us though by dodging all of these counters. Ooh, there you go. That's what we like to see. His lower defense plus our boosted attack means that the normal counters are at least doing reasonable damage. And then Zamasu, he still took 34. That's a little bit higher than I expected, but we will take that. So the Android 8 is not in effect. So I guess we still want to take advantage of the counters though, really. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we already know Vegito is taking the kind of damage we want to see. So we'll go ahead and use that. And then we'll give you those as well. Get that little bit of extra healing, why not? Okay, so we're still doing reasonable damage with the normal counters, so that's good. We just need as many of these to not be dodged as possible. And he didn't dodge the super either, so we are going to get a nice amount of damage done to him this turn. Another big crit on the super as well. Excellent. Okay, we're down to the last bar, so can we finish him off with counters? We would need crits, but come on, do it. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there you go. One big crit counter was all it took, and we finish off MUI Goku. So yeah, Potara definitely a lot easier than some of the other stages. I guess I'll do a separate video. I probably won't do the whole fight just because we've obviously done that team, but I'm very interested to try the new Candy Vegito Awakening when he comes out on this stage, because he infinitely stacks his defense. So I would much rather bring him than Kefla, because he's more likely to dodge. up till MUI, and then by the time we get to MUI, his defense should be high enough that he's not going to take any damage, so he'll be a much better option for the team than Kefla. But we only used one of each of our items, so that was a very good run compared to some of the other ones. Not as quick as our best time though. Siblings Bond still the best one, but that was a very strong showing indeed. So there you go. That is the Legendary Goku event beaten with the Potara team. Let me know who you used down below, if you did use the Potara team, or just which teams in general you've beaten the event with. And we'll be back with another team against the event very soon. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.